Spells are the name of the game with this class. Hey everybody, Espira here, and I'll be covering all of the Runecraft cards from Shadowverse Worlds Beyond first set, Legends Rise. First up on the docket for our bronze cards, we have Runeblade Conductor, a 5-cost 1/1 with on spell boost, give this follower +1/+1. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it X damage. X is his follower's attack. Do note that spell boost is effectively any time that you activate a spell, the cards from your hand will see their on spell boost abilities. Not terrible if you're already spell boosting, but it's just a creature, it's just a dude. It's fine. It can get rid of 2 bodies potentially, so it can be okay. Next up, we have Apprentice Astrologer, a 2-cost 2/2 with Fanfare. Select a card in your hand and return it to the deck. Draw a card, gain an Earth Sigil. So effectively cycles a card out of your hand and you get a Earth Sigil out of it. Definitely something you'll want to lean into if you are going for the Earth Sigil deck. And of course, they generate magic sediments, which are Earth Sigils. So if you want to take a quick look at what that looks like, there we got it right there. Then we've got Owl Summoner, a 3-cost 3/3 with Fanfare, gain an Earth Sigil, then on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 5 damage. It's fine. You don't totally love using the evolve for something this low impact, but I think a 3/3 that can deal 5, you also get an Earth Sigil, can do okay depending on the Earthrise deck. Then we've got Starry-Eyed Penguin Wizard, a 4-cost 2/2 Fanfare, draw 2 cards, and evolve spell boost your hand 2 times. Rune does have quite a few cards that are spell boosting for free or for effectively free, so this is a little bit slow, but nevertheless is an option if you're looking for budget spell boost options. Then we've got Radiant Rainbow, a 2-cost spell, select a card in your hand with on spell boost and spell boost it, draw a card. This card is absurdly good for anything that's looking to spell boost. It is 2 spell boosts on 1 card and it replaces itself. Absolute banger. Then we've got Stormy Blast, 1-cost spell, X starts at 2, on spell boost increase X by 1, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it X damage. So off rip, just the fact that it deals 2 for 1 is not terrible. In the late game, it could potentially just get rid of anything to effectively remove anything for most cards in the game. Very nice. Not an amazing top deck, that's the only thing, but nevertheless, very nice card to run. You may not have noticed, but this is a brand new YouTube channel, so if you like what we're doing here, subscribe button is right down there. Moving on to our silvers, and we have Miss Miranda, Adored Academic. It's a 2-cost 2/2 with Fanfare, spell boost your hand, and then on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 3 damage, spell boost once again. So definitely leans into being able to spell boost time and time again, especially since a 2/2 for 2 is very much in line in terms of what we're looking at stats wise. Then we've got Emilu, Witch of Wander, a 5-cost 2/2 on spell boost, reduce the cost of this card by 1, so it could effectively be free. And then on evolve, summon a clay golem, deal X damage to all enemy followers. X is the number of allied golems on the field, with an allied golem being a 1-cost 2/2. Can potentially deal with the board, but we don't really have an amazing way to be able to establish a bunch of clay golems on the board. And then effectively on top deck, this will only really ever deal 1 damage, assuming that your board is empty. So not amazing, but it's all right. Then we've got William, Mysterian Student, a 6-cost 5/5, X starts at 0 on spell boost, increase X by 1. Fanfare, deal X damage to all enemy followers, evolve spell boost your hand 2 times. We do love our board wipes here, especially in Rune when we need that board control to be able to make it into our late game. Spell boosting is something that this deck can effectively do for free, so very welcome card. Then we've got Sagelight Teachings for our first silver spell. 3-cost, select a mode to activate. You can either gain 4 Earth Sigil, restore 4 defense on your leader, or Earthright for 3, deal 4 damage to all enemy followers. We do like modality here. It is very nice to have the flexibility of being able to choose what you want to do. If you're running some kind of Earth Sigil package, odds are you're probably running some number of these. Then we've got Snowman Army, 8-cost spell on spell boost, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. Then you get to select an enemy follower on the field, sets defense to 1 until the end of your opponent's turn. Give it can't attack followers or leaders. I think it's fine. Stunning cards on board can sometimes actually be even more annoying than actually removing them, depending on if your opponent flooded their board and now they don't really have an efficient way to be able to get rid of the card on board to be able to then play something else. So it has its usages, but it can be a little bit slow, and we do have other options in terms of removal. Moving on to our gold cards, we have Juno, Visionary Alchemist, a 5-cost 3/3 with Fanfare. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it X damage. X is the number of Earth Sigils you have. Then on evolve, you gain a crest, Juno, Visionary Alchemist. On countdown 3, at the end of your turn, Earthright for 1, you get to summon a Guardian Golem, which means for 3 turns, once you play out Juno, you're actually able to get a 3-cost 3/3 with Ward. So effectively mean that for 5, you're getting the 3/3 off rip, and then for 3 turns, you're getting 3 additional 3/3s for a total of 12 stats. So very nice stats in terms of just the amount of value you're getting out of a 5 cost. Then we've got Penelope, Potions of Prodigy. 2 cost, 2/2 Fanfare, gain 2 Earth Sigils, and on Super Evolve, draw 2 cards, restore 2 defense to your leader, and gain 2 Earth Sigils. So this is pretty decent. We do like the draw cards. The restore defense is nice. The Earth Sigils can play into a couple other things. I think if you're playing into some kind of Earth Sigil strategy, you probably play into this. Next up, we've got Edelweiss, Sage Light Ward, 4 cost, 2/2 Fanfare, Earthright for 2. Evolve this follower. So we do love free evolves. There's not too many of them in this first set of Worlds Beyond. When this follower evolves, deal 4 damage to a random any follower and recover 2 play points. So effectively only costing you 2. This card is fine. Homework Time is a 3 cost gold spell. X starts at 0 on spell boost. Increase X by 1. Then if X is at least 5, transform this card into a Looking Smart. So off rip, it'll draw you 2 cards for 3, which isn't terribly off rate. And then if you do get to actually getting into Looking Smart, now it's a 1 cost, draw 2, deal 2 to a random enemy follower. So this card is pretty phenomenal in anything that's looking to spell boost. Effectively, most of the time, you'll be able to cast this for 1, which is fantastic. Gives you an additional spell boost trigger, draws you additional cards, and then alternatively, just being able to draw 2 for 3 in a pinch is not a terrible spot to be on, whether you're top decking. Then we've got Demonic Call, a 7 cost on spell boost. Reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. You get to summon a Demonic Shikigami. The Demonic Shikigami being a 3/3 rush with last word spell boost your hand. Is fine. If it's free, it's really good. If you're paying anywhere from 3 to 4, it's like okay. You don't love it, and then obviously paying 7 for it is kind of miserable. Then we've got Kuon, 5-fold Master, a 7 cost 3/3 with Fanfare. Summon a Celestial, Demonic, and Paper Shikigami. Then enhance for 10. You get to destroy all allied Shikigami followers to summon the Noble Shikigami. So going from top to bottom, we have the Celestial Shikigami, which is a 4/5 with Ward. Last word, spell boost your hand 3 times. We've got the Demonic Shikigami, a 3/3 with Rush, spell boost your hand. And then finally, we've got the Paper Shikigami, a 2/1 with Rush. Last word, spell boost your hand. You get rid of all of those and summon your Noble Shikigami, which is a 10 cost 1/1. When this follower enters the field, give it +X+Y. X+Y is the total base attack / defense of allied Shikigami destroyed this turn, and has Ward and Aura. So effectively, you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in stats both ways, effectively making it a 10/10 whenever you go for the full enhanced 10. And then back to Kuon here, we have Super Evolve, select an allied Shikigami follower on the field, and give it Storm. So very powerful combos here with Kuon. Off rate for 7, you're just getting a ton of stats on the board. You're spell boosting your hand a ton. If you can get all the way to the enhanced 10, you're getting the Noble Shikigami. And then naturally, if you're able to combo this with Dimension Climb, it leads to some very absurd turns. Next up, we have Anne and Gria, Mysterious Duo, a 5 cost 4/4 Fanfare. Summon an Anne's Summoning and spell boost your hand 3 times. And on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 3 damage. Looking at Anne's Summoning, it is a 5/5 with Rush. Ward at the end of your opponent's turn, destroy this card. So effectively, you're getting 5/5 plus 4/4 for a total of 9/9 of stats. Of course, you do get the little defensive option as well, and you get the spell boost 3 times, with the benefit of being able to pop a follower for 3 if necessary. Card's pretty decent. A lot of options in terms of what you're able to do defensively to get to your mid to late game. And finally, for our legendary spell, we have Dimension Climb, an 18 cost on spell boost. Reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. You get to return your hand to the deck, draw 5 cards, spell boost your hand 5 times, and fully recover your play points. By itself doesn't do anything, but of course can lean into some insane combos. We can go Kuon, spell boost a ton, Dimension Climb into another Kuon, and then things get really crazy where we're OTKing our opponent. So incredibly powerful in terms of what it can do. You do need to put a little work into it, but the fact that cards now maintain any changes that they get throughout the game as they go back to your deck. So if you spell boosted a bunch of your cards and you shuffle them back into your deck and then you draw them back later, you'll be able to draw those same cheap cards. Extremely nice to have in terms of additional options. Runecraft looks like it's going to have some pretty absurd options, especially if you lean on the spell boost side of things. Earth Sigil could use a little bit of work. It feels like there's no real finisher in the deck, and it feels like it'll kind of be an interim strategy or a bridge strategy until we get some more options in future sets. With that said, let me know which Runecraft card is your favorite in comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.